Hi everyone, my name is Christiania. I am a senior who lives in Lakeland, Florida, and today I'm going to be reading you my Stanford Summer Humanities Institute essays. This is from last year. I was accepted into Racial Identity and the American Imagination for Session 2, which is July 14th to August 2nd. And yeah, so let's start reading my essays. They'll be right here for you to read. I wanted to make this video because programs like the Telluride Association Summer Program or programs like these, you don't often see people reading out their essays. And I really wanted to make this because I see a lot of the alumni, they end up going to like T20s and stuff like that. I haven't gotten my results yet, so I can't tell you if that's personally true, but I just wanted to spread more awareness about reading your essays for summer programs because with the way college admissions is looking right now, we need a lot of people reading their essays. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of present my story and how I got in. For some context, at my time of applying, my GPA was a 4.198 and my unweighted GPA was a 3.72. I go to a public school and I did not submit any test scores. And for the school description, I put in an urban location with a majority Black and Hispanic population. I took mainly honors in AP with B's in like STEM, but they were like honors or AP classes that I got B's in, which is why maybe I flew off the hook. So the prompt was, describe the kind of student you are. What strengths are you proud of? For example, curiosity, classroom engagement, or dedication. Include specific examples from academic experiences. 50 words minimum to 50 words maximum. My newly fox-locked hair felt tight as I walked inside my JROTC classroom. My black leggings and navy blue uniform attire presented a cadet ready for uniform inspection. As I took my strides to the other side of the two-sided classroom, I heard someone shout my last name. I'm not going to dox myself. I turned and smiled. I saw a ginger-haired first-year cadet I had gotten to know. Where did you get your hair from? Confusion painted his face as if he'd never seen long hair on a Black girl, seemingly unaware of others at a predominantly Black institution. My eyes grew wide and my smile dropped, surprised to hear such a statement. It was then I realized that after the silencing of minority voices in my state, my peers and I were suddenly unable to learn more about diverse intellectuals and their contributions to our society in a formal educational setting. However, I sought to be able to educate myself, using not only my personal experiences, but from the readings of Black authors, professionals, and creatives. Through my independent learning, I have been able to learn about the multiple layers of racism and lack of resources given to those of African descent, especially in education. Using my newfound knowledge, I proudly use my voice to educate others around me. I publish articles detailing my experiences of discrimination from not only outside of the diaspora, but from within. I'm proud of my ability to educate myself, but not others. By the way, this guy, wow, he got jumped. Like, I think a week after he said that 3 times. So yes, y'all, he did get his karma. I definitely think that I did answer the prompt. I said my strengths and I said my ability to educate myself, especially in a setting where we're not really engaged in things like that. Like, that's not the first time someone has said something crazy to me. Trust me, it gets crazier from here. Okay, for the second one, it says, what impact would you like to have on your community or on society in general in the next 5 to 10 years? 50 words minimum, 200 words maximum. Risk had never appealed to me, and it came in the form of the fear of defending myself against others. I held my tongue at microaggressive and racist remarks and fabricated a smile when I was told I was too friendly for a Black girl. I refused to take risk, even in dire situations. In overcoming the fear of risk, I discovered writing. I wrote about my experiences and spilled my thoughts into multiple untitled documents on Google Docs, free from the prying eyes of others. However, I began to notice the increased need for social change and the startling developments in our world. I began to use my voice not only for me, but for others. I started to write more about my racial experiences in predominantly white settings and wrote informative research pieces on issues around the world. Then I took the risk of submitting my work to the public. From competitions to literary journals, my work was suddenly available for anyone to read worldwide. While championing change in my community, I was also able to face risk personally. I hope to be a pillar in my community in the future, using writing as a gateway to educating others. Good one. I kind of ate that. Good job, me. All right. Before I start this next one, I just wanted to let you know that these are actually recycled essays from the Telluride Association Summer Program. I applied and I did not get in, so I just reused the essays from this. So if you are a junior or a sophomore and you're applying to TAS, make sure you apply to this because these are my rejected essays. Explain what interests you about the humanities and about each of the SHI courses you are applying to. Provide examples of specific experiences or topics you have learned about that incited you to further explore the humanities. 100 words minimum, 400 words maximum. Said the N-word to another girl during PE today. These were the words I accidentally overheard in the 3rd week of school in the 9th grade. Initially, I ignored it as it was expected, as I had come to realize at my predominantly white school. However, my peer repeated the statement, the ... was someone I knew, my white best friend. I asked my peers if it was her, disclosing her last name. There are moments when the Earth stops orbiting on its axis, and the seasons go from summer temps to frigid cold. I felt so as they confirmed my suspicions. Immediately, I texted her, asking if what she had done what I had been told. A part of me was in denial, hoping it was all a rumor, a lie created by many. As I awaited her response, I kept asking others, and all I heard in response to my doubt was yes. When my phone pinged, her response was no. I did not know who to believe. Those who I have never known or the one I have been close to all these years. The answer came as I was mysteriously blocked as I typed my response and blocked on all platforms. Moreover, at the school we were both excited to attend, she never spoke to me again. Although I wanted to know why, I instead understood guilt. Stunned, I aimed to learn more about the history of our race-based society and the popularized notion of the assumption based on race. I wanted to understand the development of racial slurs and how our society has evolved from using them freely to these phrases being frowned upon. Racial identity and the American imagination can further allow me to discover the intricacies of America's emphasis on racial identity through literature, from legal documents to historical texts. However, I'm interested in learning not only the American focus on race and culture, but also at an international level. Colonial Extractions of African Cultural Treasures goes into depth on the removal of African artistry and the issues surrounding the multiple museums globally that have stolen artwork. Learning how colonization affected not only people, but also works of art piques my curiosity to know more. I look forward to learning the deeper layers of our world society as my curiosity grows daily, striving for knowledge. So I find it interesting that I only put 2 out of the 4 that I put. Let me go and find. Okay, for my course preferences, I said racial identity in the American imagination, colonial extractions of African cultural treasures, magical realism, the Greeks and beyond. So I'm very interested and surprised that I got away with that, even though I only mentioned 2 of my courses. Okay, last one. What are your main reasons for applying to the Stanford Summer Humanities Institute? 50 words minimum, 200 words maximum. At the Stanford Humanities Institute, I will be able to explore not only the literature of a diverse group of intellectuals, but also the history and politics of the subjects. From African to Asian, my peers and I can learn the development of history through literature and art and dissect it with discussion. Additionally, I will continue learning from others and the world around me from a communal standpoint and engage with others in meaningful and thought-provoking conversation while educating them as well. The Stanford Humanities Institute allows me to learn from those who seek to learn just as much as I do. From creating a research project by collaborating with others, trips to various locations to learn more about the world around me, and learning in depth about the diverse communities, I hope not only to discover a more cohesive viewpoint of different cultures from other students, but also carry the Stanford Summer Humanities Institute principles of exploration and citizenship into my point of view in personal life. And I think I really did good on that one. I think it's important that you really look deep and really research this program because there's not a lot of information, but I think it's good to look at their website really in depth to see what they have available. And I don't know if this is important, but they did ask me to list all my other summer programs that I was applying to this summer. And I said, Telluride Association Summer Seminar, rejected. U Chicago Woodson Scholars, I didn't end up applying. And then the Princeton Summer Journalism Program, I was a semifinalist. And you had a work sample that you were supposed to upload. And uh, I'm going to briefly put the description because I'm not going to read a whole research paper, but I basically said the research paper goes into depth on the development and prolonging of colorism in our society and how it extends beyond the Black community. And I said, when it asked, why did you select this work sample? I said, it reflects what I champion change for, which is true because I wrote a cute little bit for the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. So yeah, that's my application. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, but I never see people like read their essays for things like this, and I really needed something like this. So yeah, I got you. So, all right, thanks. Also, I totally forgot to mention, but please, 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 research the classes that you are signing up for. Like, this is very, like, a really good suggestion. I know this might be cliche, but I want you to try to put in details about the class into your essays, which is why mine were so specific, because I included details not only about the classes, but also about the program itself and how it has its values, its core values, and I also mentioned that. I think I definitely, like, looking back, and this is the first time I've read my essays out loud. I definitely wrote my way into this program. Like, I'm flabbergasted by how well these are written. Actually, I had like 1 million people edit my task essays, which is probably why these sounds really good. But yeah, definitely try to keep these essays for your college applications. I know that I've actually used some of these essays I'm doing right now for my college apps. I am making a college decision reaction video and an SAT score reaction that's coming soon. So be ready, you guys. I am preparing for that. I am cooking. But yeah, seriously, that is the end of the video, and just try to be very specific and also try to share your story on why you're so interested in the humanities. For me, my theme overall in the entire application was definitely education through literature, because where I live, these people are very much crazy, very scary. So just please, please, please try to have a cohesive theme throughout your application and kind of have it as a, like, why I'm interested in the humanities. I can't really give you an example except for me, but yeah, so yeah. And before you guys say anything, this is like right after they got rid of affirmative action, so don't even start.